Let's speak with Isifu Isaka, who is a cocoa farmer and the president for the Seshibekwai Cocoa Farmers Cooperative Union. Good morning, Isifu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Isifu, the Cocoa Board CEO has said all of the things that Cocoa Board is doing for you. They've increased the price of cocoa for you at the farm gate. There's LID, which is for equity and exclusively for farmers. Why are farmers still giving out their cocoa to be smuggled to other countries and costing Ghana of all of these sums of money?
Yes, the cocoa smuggling is as a result of certain factors. And these factors is attributed to the fact that there is a price differential between producing countries, particularly neighboring producing countries. So if you take Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Burkina, where this smuggling have been taking place, it means that there is a price difference which is appreciable in other countries than Ghana. So as we speak now, Cote d'Ivoire is paying the same as Ghana, but on the field it's not so. Because in Africa, the countries that produce cocoa have their own system. Other countries are into full liberalization. If you take Cameroon, Nigeria, Togo, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, they are doing 100% liberalization. And this 100% liberalization means that the government do not control the price for the farmers. It's the farmers that decide the price based on the international market price. The only thing the government do is to tax the cocoa price and take it taxes. In Cote d'Ivoire, the government does semi-liberalization. It means that the government set a minimum price for the cocoa purchase. And this minimum price, there is a tendency for the farmers to sell above the government price, but not below. So it means that even if the government set the price in Cote d'Ivoire, there is opportunity to negotiate above the government price. That is not the case in Ghana. In Ghana, the government 100% control the market system in Ghana. So when the government set the price in Ghana, there is no opportunity for the farmer or anybody at all to increase or decrease the price. So when the price is increased in Cote d'Ivoire on the field, there is a likelihood that people will smuggle the cocoa. Now, as we speak now, Cote d'Ivoire is paying $3,000 as Ghana is paying $3,000, but that is the price for the government. If you go to the field, farmers are selling the cocoa around $3,500, $3,700 in Cote d'Ivoire. But in Ghana, farmers do not have the opportunity to sell above the government price. As we speak in Togo and Nigeria and other countries, the farmers are selling the cocoa for $7,000. So it means that definitely people will smuggle the cocoa from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire or Togo and get this differential. These are the system that is encouraging smuggling in Ghana. And it is unfortunate that Ghana is losing around 120,000 metric tons, which is around $2 billion in the cocoa sector. It is very unfortunate.
So the farmers in Ghana are benefiting hugely from this smuggling activity. Is that what you're saying?
No, the farmers are not those who are directly. What I know on the field about the farmers is that in some case, if you go to the voter region and the rest, people go to the farmers and buy above the government price. But the most people who do the smuggling are traders, businessmen who have their own money. They buy the cocoa from the farmers and smuggle it to other countries. So the people that have been arrested for some time now, they are not farmers. You see a businessman, you go and buy maybe 500 bags, transport it to Cote d'Ivoire or Togo, and takes the differential or the increment. So the farmers on the field are not those who are into direct smuggling.
Well, Isaka,
in the border town, some do sell above the government price to individuals in that place.
Isaka, how much are these businessmen buying the cocoa from the farmers? Because at the moment,
Yes, what I know.
government is selling a 64 kilo, is buying a 64 kilo bag at the farm gate for 3,000 Ghana cedis. How much is are the businessmen paying for the same 64 kilo bags?
For now, as we speak, in a season like this, because the cocoa is everywhere, the smuggling is not all that rampant. But around January, February, where they start to see appreciation in the price in the different countries, that they start the smuggling. So, for instance, when government were paying 2,070 cedis around April, May, June, some farmers were selling around 2,400, 2,300 to these individuals. But as we speak now, this system have not started because there is a higher production across board. So in a session like this, there is a minimum smuggling. But from January going, where the cocoa begin to go down in terms of production, there you see that there is appreciation in the smuggling stage.
Issachar, why are the farmers still selling to these businessmen when they know that these businessmen will be smuggling the cocoa out of the country? It's making the farmers complicit in the issue. They may not be the ones smuggling, but since they know that these businessmen are smugglers, why are they still selling to them?
Yes, as I told you, price differential. You know, it is unfortunate that this system is happening, but I may say that in one instance, government have not been fair to cocoa farmers in Ghana. If you have a president who tells you that I will pay 70% of gross FOB to farmers, and at the end of the day, what farmers get is not even up to 50% of gross FOB, then it is unfortunate. What is the importance of Cote d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative? This initiative was created in such that Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire will be at the same stage in terms of cocoa pricing. But what are we seeing now? They have violated their principle because Cote d'Ivoire have got to realize that now there is a high price in the international market, and if they are to go by that system, it wouldn't help them. So Cote d'Ivoire is now not looking up to Ghana in terms of pricing again. And as we speak now, the international price for cocoa is around $7,000 per metric ton. And the CEO of Cocoa Board rightly said it on his statement that Ghana, we have moved from forward sales to spot sales. It means that as we speak, any cocoa that Ghana sells at the international market, Ghana government sells it at $7,000 per metric ton. But cocoa farmers are getting around $3,000. It means that government is taking roughly $4,000. It is not unfortunate that government do not produce cocoa, but the government is taking $4,000, whilst farmers are taking $3,000. And if you are to consider the cost of production today, it has gone high. Now, petrol, fuel have gone high, labor have gone high, cost of production is very high. So if the farmers think they are getting some extra incentives, which will make them look very good in the cocoa business, they have no option than to take this price, because at the end of the day, whether it's 3,400 or 500 or whatever price that they take in addition, it cushions them to be able to stay in the business. So at the end of the day, the government is not being fair to cocoa farmers in Ghana because the government is paying below 50% of FOB price to cocoa farmers, which is very unfortunate.
Government is paying below 50% of the FOB price. Have you had any engagement with Cocoa Board for him to know that these are some of the challenges you are facing?
Yes, they know. They know because when the president said that the government will be paying 70% of gross FOB, he consulted Cocoa Board and other agencies that is much concerned in the cocoa sector before telling cocoa farmers that they will pay 70% of gross FOB. Cocoa Board cannot tell us that they are using 60% to manage the cocoa sector and giving less than 40% to the farmers. So to me, if we want this smuggling to stop, one, we have to ensure that cocoa farmers get a good price. At least the price as the same as our neighboring countries. If we do that, we will be able to control smuggling. Other than that, if still there is a gap in the price between Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Burkina, Liberia, and the rest, definitely smuggling will continue to go on. So I'm looking at to the fact that government should put in much effort to ensure that government cocoa farmers get good price for their cocoa farming activity. Other than that, it will be difficult for us to fight smuggling in Ghana.
Okay. Before you go, Isaka, let me ask you this question. You said that in Nigeria and Cameroon, it is a full liberalization, 100% by the cocoa farmers. In Cote d'Ivoire, it is partial, it is a semi-liberalization, whereas Ghana, there is no liberalization. Are you cocoa farmers looking at it becoming a semi-liberalization, or you are okay with a full liberalization if they will pay you the amount that you need?
You know, I would say that even with the system we are having now, if there is transparency and accountability, then it's good we maintain this old system. But the system lacks accountability, the system lacks transparency. How much is Cocoa spending on each ton of cocoa? We don't know. Cocoa will tell you we purchase input for cocoa farmers freely, we hide labor freely, we paid ABC. On how much? What was the cost? Because of lack of transparency and accountability, I think it will be good either we go full liberalization or semi-liberalization, where cocoa farmers in Ghana will also get an opportunity to negotiate with traders above the government price, because there is a total lack of transparency and accountability in the cocoa sector.
Thank you for speaking with us, Isifu Isaka.
Thank you very much for engaging me.